What happens when you realize the person you love, the one who gave you a family, a home, and a future, has already lived the wild, passionate life you never got to experience? Imagine finally becoming confident, attractive, and successful, only to discover the door to excitement and adventure feels forever closed for you. Is it wrong to crave the thrill your partner once had? Is it selfish to feel like you missed out? Or is it simply human nature? This is the story of a 30-year-old man who thought he had it all until regret and desire forced him to face truths he never expected. For 5 years of marriage, and 8 years together, life seemed stable. He had a wife he adored, 2 beautiful children, and a home others would envy. But beneath the surface of this picture-perfect family lay a gnawing ache he could no longer ignore. She was his first everything, his first girlfriend, his first real relationship, his first taste of love. He had never been the guy women noticed in high school. College wasn't much different. He was shy, lacked confidence, and buried himself in work instead of chasing romance. By the time he finally found love, he gave it everything. But his wife's story was different. She had lived, she had explored, she had tasted freedom, wild nights, mistakes, and unforgettable experiences. In college, she experimented with relationships, even dating 2 men at once. She laughed as she told him, back when they first started dating. He tried to smile, to tell himself it didn't matter, it was the past, after all, but over time, those words replayed in his mind. She had lived her wild phase, and now with him, she wanted something different. Stability, she told him, openly, that part of my life is over. I don't want crazy. I want love, intimacy, and family. At first, he accepted it. He respected her boundaries. After all, he loved her. But something inside him was restless. As he entered his 30s, everything about him changed. He hit the gym, cleaned up his diet, grew in confidence, and finally became the man he had always wanted to be. People noticed. Family and friends complimented him. Even his wife admitted, "You've never looked better. You're more attractive than ever." But strangely, those words didn't heal him. If anything, they deepened his unease. Because what he longed for wasn't compliments, it was experience. For the first time in his life, women looked at him with desire. Strangers flirted. Old friends reconnected. Every glance and smile reminded him of what he had missed: the exploration, the adventure, the chaos of being young and free. At home, his wife had shifted into a quieter rhythm. Intimacy wasn't wild, it was routine. Passion wasn't fiery, it was calm. She told him she no longer wanted the lust-driven connections she once chased. She wanted love, stability, and deep emotional bonds, but he wanted more. At night, lying awake beside her, he would replay the same thoughts. She had her fun. She lived freely. She explored every corner of her youth. And me? I missed it. I was invisible. Now that I finally feel alive, the door is closed. The conflict consumed him. On one hand, he adored his wife and children. On the other, he couldn't shake the craving to experience what he never had. The turning point came one afternoon during a conversation with his sister. She looked at him with piercing honesty and said, "You've always been the good guy. You've always put everyone else first. But don't you think you deserve your own wild chapter? Why should you spend your whole life missing out?" Her words hit him like a storm. It was the first time someone voiced the exact fear buried in his chest. Did he deserve more? Or was he being selfish? The seed was planted. And once planted, it grew. Every time he scrolled social media and saw old friends traveling, partying, exploring, he felt a pang of regret. Every time a stranger flirted with him, he wondered what it would be like to give in. And every time his wife turned him down with the same soft line, "I'm tired. Let's just cuddle," his frustration deepened. One evening, unable to carry the weight any longer, he broke. Sitting across from his wife, he confessed. His voice trembled as he told her everything: how he felt undesired, how he longed for passion, how he wanted to explore fantasies, how he felt cheated by time and circumstance. He admitted women outside their marriage gave him attention, and though he never acted on it, the temptation was growing. He braced for anger, rejection, even disgust, but to his shock, she didn't lash out. Instead, tears welled in her eyes. She whispered, "So you don't want me anymore? You don't find me attractive?" His chest ached as he pulled her close. He reassured her she was beautiful, loved, and irreplaceable. But he couldn't deny his truth. It wasn't about not loving her, it was about not loving what he had missed. That night turned into hours of raw, vulnerable conversation. For the first time in years, they laid every fear, desire, and doubt on the table. She admitted she worried about her body after childbirth. She feared he secretly compared her to her younger self. He admitted his restlessness, his curiosity, his regret. They cried. They held each other. And for the first time in a long time, they spoke with brutal honesty. The path ahead wasn't clear. Would they rebuild their intimacy with new energy? Or would the cracks widen further? Neither of them knew. But one thing was certain: silence would no longer bury the truth. When this story reached the wider community, the reactions were explosive. Some applauded his honesty, saying too many marriages collapse under unspoken desires. Others warned him, don't let your sister's words push you into destroying your family. The grass isn't greener, it's just different grass. Many emphasized the need for therapy, for structured conversations where both could explore intimacy safely. A few shared personal stories. Partners who chased what they missed, only to realize it wasn't as thrilling as imagined. It was emptier. The loudest message: passion doesn't die, it just changes. And if you want to feel alive, you don't always need someone new. Sometimes, you need to rediscover the person you already chose. What about you? Have you ever felt like you missed out on experiences your partner had before you? Have you wrestled with regret, or fought to keep the spark alive in a long-term relationship? Drop your thoughts and stories in the comments below. Your words might help someone walking the same path. And if this story resonated, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. More raw, real stories are coming about love, betrayal, and the messy, beautiful struggles that make us human.